All right, what is up everybody? My name is Matt with Forever Fabrication, and today we're gonna take a look at our new prototype product thingamajigger we've been working on. This is a Helmholtz Resonator. Helmholtz is a physicist. He came up with this whole resonation, tone, frequency, elimination type deal. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be installing this on our work truck, which is just an 03 rusty Chevy 1500 with a 4.8 liter whatever LS thingy that came in the thing. It does have a manifold leak. I don't really care about it, but we are going to be installing this to try to get rid of some of those super annoying tones that we get when we're just cruising along. We ran some numbers, we did some formula things with what's out there, and this is what we came up with. We are going to be putting this piece of straight on the existing exhaust. This is going to run along it. Hopefully we can make this not hit the drive shaft, otherwise we'll just tip it up a little bit. I don't think that matters. Hopefully not anyway. And then we're going to be clamping each end of it. Not our ideal method, we prefer to weld it, but for testing purposes we're just going to be clamping each end. We did cut some slits in it. Not the biggest slits either, but either way we have really good clamps. Okay, I should state that on our Chevy 1500 we did cut the muffler off. We cut it off, I don't know, sometime last year when we did a brake line job. And it's loud. It's been loud. You guys are going to see video of it before and after. Not before the muffler, but before we put the resonator on there and after. So you'll notice the difference, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. But just so you guys have the idea of what's on the car now, it is just all factory, other than we chopped the muffler off and turned it out the side. It goes out the passenger side just before the front wheel well. I might have a few clips of that I'll throw in there. But yeah, let's jump into it. All right. Sometimes we just film when we have to. But on my way into work today, I'm definitely getting that drone extremely worse than normal. I don't know if it's just because of the acceleration, but driving through my neighborhood was really bad. All right, we're on a stretch of road where I can stretch out the legs a little better. So right now we're accelerating. Now obviously if I like rip on it, it's not terrible. The drone's not awful. And letting off the gas, it's dead quiet, obviously. We're going about 60 right now. Now if I try to float on 60 miles an hour, right there, and I don't know how well the phone picks this up, but there is just this annoying, makes you want to like, I don't know, it really makes you want to kind of deck somebody in the face kind of sound. Let's get into the installation. All right, so here we have everything we're going to use to do this installation. We obviously have the resonator. As you can see, we have these slits cut into it. We have 4 going around each side. Then we have our clamps. These are clamps we also sell on our website. They are from stainlessbros.com is where we order from. They are Maquilor clamps. They're made in Spain. These are probably one of the best clamps I've ever used because these things can really pull in better than anything I've ever used. You can find cheaper clamps, but these are the best. We're gonna use a Sawzall with a, I don't remember, with a metal cutting blade. We're definitely gonna be wearing that because I hate getting metal in my eye, that sucks. So face shield, and then we are gonna have our impact with a 13 mil socket, which is what fits those. And we're gonna go to town. All right, so first things first, we need to figure out where this is gonna go. We have a perfect straight section here, and this is where I measured how wide this pipe is to know how much we need to slip this over. So what we need to do is we need to measure the inside of this slip. So we're gonna measure about a 1/2 inch out from this bump up, and then about a 1/2 inch from there. So we're gonna figure out what that measurement is first. All right, so we're gonna hold the 1/2 inch marker right on the bump out. And so we are looking at 9.5 inches. So we are 9.5 inches from here to right here. And that's what we're gonna cut out of this exhaust. All right, so I have a little bit of a transition right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Up top, it dips down. The pipe is not very round. It's definitely, it's from a mandrel bend or whatever when they make this. So I'm gonna be about an inch away from there. So we're gonna start right here. We're gonna go that 9. We've gotta go a little less. The straight's like perfect, but it is very tight. All right. So we're gonna go from here. I know you guys can't see this, but this is what we're doing. So here. This is test number 1. Just changed the oil, but most importantly, we put the new resonator on. Initial startup seemed kind of loud, but then I pulled it outside. I was letting it warm up while I was getting my stuff, and I thought the truck shut itself off or something because it was not loud at all. Now, sure, it was in park and idle and whatnot, but let's see how she goes. We're gonna go pick up some lunch, and it is amazing so far. Normally right now, we'd be getting that drone. Even just accelerating, I mean, we're not even going 20 right now, but like we still got the throatiness to it. I'm not getting anything in the cab at all. I'm not getting a single thing in here. This is amazing. Again, this is complete first reaction as I'm driving out from the shop. It's still loud. Like in terms of outside, I can hear it. But I am generally amazed right now. All right, stop sign, and then we can get up to speed. We're gonna get at 60, start cruising at that ideal RPM. And then I have some phone calls to make because I know somebody who's gonna want this faster than I can make one. Get up to speed here. That's 55. Let's get to 60. All right, just a good straightaway here. Of course, I'm gonna get a phone call. All right, that's 60 miles an hour, slight acceleration, which is when it would trigger. We're sitting at 18, 17, 1700 RPMs. Ideal. This is great. this concludes our first testing for the Helmholtz Resonator on my truck. I've been driving it now for about a month since I started doing this testing. I still love it. I can still have a conversation with my kid or my wife in the truck. We did have one issue with a clamp. I should have cut bigger slits for the pipe to compress. My bad, but I didn't intend to leave it on there. So if you're gonna do clamps, cut bigger slits into the pipe so the pipe itself can compress. Otherwise, I highly recommend you weld it to the pipe. So yeah, for the truck, we're gonna keep doing some testing. I'd say this is a success, but we also wanna make maybe a nicer Y pipe, maybe put a nice X pipe in there, maybe one of our equalizer tubes, and really keep comparing the sounds to everything. It'd be really fun to see how we can dial in the harmonics of this exhaust. I know it's not the most common engine, but a V8 that is set up like this, that you just want louder and you don't want to spend a bunch of money, you could cut off the muffler, put this resonator on it, and I guarantee you'll be happy with the results. If you don't put the resonator on it, try it out for a while, see how much it drives you nuts, because I hated it. And I'm not the only one. So yeah, stay tuned, because we do have, in the next couple months when we get into spring, we do have a lot of other people that are wanting these or willing to have us make these Helmholtz resonators for their vehicles, and we'll get more into car fitment, and we want to give their honest opinion. Does it work? Do they notice a difference? Is it worth it? We're just gonna see what happens. So I mean, we're not just doing this to make our own products, we're doing this to test and have real world applications to just see what comes out of it. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to hit that follow and like button. We'll see you next time.